Hello students, welcome to NIRS Education channel. Let us continue the lesson, the sermon at Banaras. In our previous session, we came to know that Kisa Gautami, in order to save her son, went to many houses in order to collect handful of mustard seed. People were ready to give mustard seed, but when she asked if anyone had died in their family, they said, living are few and dead are many. She could not find a house where no one had died. She went to many houses, but she could not find a single house where no one had died. Now let's continue the lesson. Kisa Gautami became weary and hopeless and sat down at the wayside watching the lights of the city. As they flickered up and were extinguished again, Kisa Gautami became weary. Weary means tired. And hopeless. She lost her hope. And sat down at the wayside watching the lights of the city. As they flickered up and were extinguished again. Those lights, they were flickering. Flickering means, see here, shine unsteadily. Those lights were shining unsteadily and were extinguished again. What do you mean by extinguished? To put to a stop to or to end burning. Lights were flickering and at last they used to extinguish. Means they used to stop burning or they end burning. At last, the darkness of night reigned everywhere. When lights were extinguished, at last the darkness of night reigned everywhere. Reigned everywhere means ruled everywhere. Everywhere there was darkness. And she considered the fate of man, that their lives flicker up and are extinguished again. And then she considered fate of man. She thought about the fate. Fate means destiny of man. And she compared the flickering of light and extinguishing of light with human life. Human life also, it is going to flicker and it is going to extinguish. And she thought to herself, how selfish am I in my grief? Death is common to all, yet in this valley of desolation, there is a path that leads him to immortality. Who has surrendered all selfishness? Then she regretted for her behavior. She realized that death is common to all. And she thought, yet in the valley of desolation, there is a path. Death is common to all. Then also, in this valley of desolation means an area which is filled with deep sorrow. Okay. In this sorrowful life, there is path that leads him to immortality. Who has surrendered all selfishness? She thought that a man can attain immortality by surrendering all selfishness. Okay, that is the only way to become immortal. One has to surrender all his selfishness, then he will become immortal. The Buddha said, life of mortals in this world is troubled and brief and combined with pain. Actually, Buddha's sermon starts from here. See, Buddha said, the life of mortals means those born to die, okay, who are going to die. The life of mortals in this world is troubled, brief, and combined with pain. Human life, it is troubled one, brief one means small one, and combined with pain. It has pain. For there is not any means which those that have been born can avoid dying. There is no any means means resource or instrument which can avoid the death. There is no any instrument or resource which can avoid the death. For reaching old age, after reaching old age, there is death. Of such nature are living beings. When a person reaches old age, there is death. Of such nature are living beings. It is the nature of living beings. Okay, when a person reaches to the old age, at last he is going to die. It is the nature of living beings. Not only human being, it is the nature of all the living beings. As ripe fruits are early in danger of falling, so mortals when born are always in danger of death. How a fruit, when it becomes ripe, it is going to fall from the tree. In the same way, mortals, when born, are always in danger of death. When born, they are going to die. It is the law of nature. As all earthen vessel made by the potter end in being broken, so is the life of mortals. How the earthen vessels made by potter end in being broken, how they are going to break. In the same way, human beings are going to die, or mortals are going to die. Both young and adult, both those who are fools and those who are wise, all fall into the power of death. All are subject to death. It is no matter young or adult, foolish or wise, rich or poor, all fall into the power of death. All are subject to death. There is no excuse for anybody. One who born, he must die. Of those who, overcome by death, depart from life, a father cannot save his son, nor kinsmen their relations. Yes, of those who overcome by death, depart from life, father can't save his own son, or kinsmen their relations. Okay, our blood relatives also can't save us when the time comes. Okay. When a person dies, it is impossible to give back his life to him. Father can't give life to his son, or kinsmen, relatives can't give life back to that dead person. Mark, while relatives are looking on the lamenting deeply, one by one mortals are carried off like an ox that is led to the slaughter. Mark means listen. While relatives are looking on and lamenting deeply, while the relatives are lamenting means when they are expressing their sorrow. One by one, mortals are carried off. Okay, one by one, mortals are carried off like an ox that is led to the slaughter. Ox that is led to the slaughter. Slaughter means killing. Okay, in order to kill, how ox is being taken, in the same way, death, it takes the life from mortals. Okay, here Buddha compared life of mortals with ox. Okay. Ox which is being taken to the slaughter. So the world is afflicted with death and decay. So the world is afflicted. Afflicted means affected by sufferings, disease or pain. This world is afflicted with death and decay. Therefore, the wise do not grieve, knowing the terms of world. That's why wise people, they do not grieve when a person dies. Wise people do not grieve. They do not express their sorrow, knowing the terms of the world, because they know the terms of the world, the cycle of life. A child borns, it grows, it becomes an old man, and at last it has to die. It is the cycle. That's why wise people, they do not worry about the death. Not from weeping, not from grieving will anyone obtain peace of mind. By weeping or grieving, by sorrow, will anyone obtain peace of mind? By those things, no one will get peace of mind. On the contrary, his pain will be greater and his body will suffer. In contrary, opposite to that, pain will be greater, pain will increase and body will suffer. That person's body will suffer because of weeping and grieving. There will not be peace of mind. Instead of that, there will be greater pain and suffering. He will make himself sick and pale. Yet the dead are not saved by his lamentation. That person who weeps and grieves, he will make himself sick. He will make himself ill and pale. He will make himself weak, dull. Yet the dead are not saved by his lamentation. If he expresses his grief also, he can't save the dead person. He who seeks peace should draw out the arrow of lamentation and complaint and grief. That's why Buddha says, one who wants, one who is in search of peace, he should draw out the arrow of lamentation. He must leave the lamentation, means expression of sorrow, complaint and grief. He who has drawn out the arrow and has become composed will obtain peace of mind. The person who has left lamentation, complaint and grief, that person will obtain peace of mind. He will get peace of mind. He who has overcome all sorrows will become free from sorrow and be blessed. One who has overcome, means came out of all sorrow, will become free from sorrow. Okay, he will become free from all the sorrows and he will be blessed. He will get the blessings. It means he will enjoy the peace, and he will get real meaning of life. Okay. Like this, Buddha gave very important message to the humankind. He said that death is inevitable, it cannot be avoided. We have to understand and accept the death, and we have to come out of our lamentation, grief and complaint. Then we are going to get peace of mind. Then we will be blessed. Sufferings, pain and death, they are part of life. We have to accept them and we have to face them bravely. That is the only way to lead a happy life. With this, we have completed this lesson. Thank you for watching video.